Aries, this moment isn't random. You didn't land here by accident, and you didn't press play just because. The universe has a quiet precision. It brings you to the exact second your spirit is ready to hear what your mind keeps postponing. Some numbers don't simply change your luck. They switch on a deeper part of you, like sacred codes that awaken the way you think, feel, and receive. Today, 6 of those codes are rising to the surface. 6 numbers meant to guide you toward abundance with clarity, intuition, and steady confidence. Let your shoulders drop for a moment. Breathe in slowly, as if you're making room inside your body for something new. Because this isn't a scattered prediction, it's a doorway. And Aries, you were never meant to stand outside your own life, watching opportunity pass like weather. You were born to step in, to move first, to leave marks where others leave excuses. If you've been hovering at the threshold, hesitating, delaying, waiting for a perfect moment, this is your reminder. The perfect moment is the one you have right now. Before we go further, anchor yourself in the comments. Write your date of birth and your zodiac sign. There's power in naming yourself under the sky, like placing your fingerprint on the universe and saying, "I'm here, and I'm ready." And if you want more messages like this when your timing is sacred, subscribe to Horns of Aries, because your path isn't meant to be walked in silence. Now picture a small lamp glowing deep inside your chest. How long has it been since you looked inward and noticed it? Aries often chases light outside, new goals, new risks, new wins, while forgetting there has always been an eternal flame within. These 6 numbers aren't lifeless digits. They're 6 torches. Each one lights a piece of your path, shines into corners where you once felt lost, and guides you back to the radiant truth of who you are. Call them lucky numbers if you want. Call them signs, codes, or whispers. But understand this: true abundance doesn't begin outside you. It begins with an inner agreement, a quiet nod from your soul that says, "I am ready to receive." Not just money, meaning, not just a full account, fullness in the heart, not fleeting luck, lasting strength. So let's step through the first doorway. The number 7 arrives like a lantern on a dark road. It doesn't rush you forward, it turns you inward. 7 reminds you that the treasure you're chasing may not be in front of you at all. It may be waiting inside you, asleep beneath noise. Imagine you've been running for days, chasing results, chasing proof, chasing control. Then you stop beside a quiet stream. You cup water in your hands and see your own face reflected back. In that stillness, you realize you've been searching for answers outside, while your own inner wisdom has been quietly waiting for you to return. 7 is a mirror. It asks you to listen to silence, because silence is not empty. Silence is full of messages your soul has been trying to deliver without words. Aries, your fire loves motion, but the pause is where you notice the cracks, where light slips in. Think back. How many times did you have a gut feeling so clear, yet you talked yourself out of it with logic or fear? How many times did you whisper, "Maybe I'm imagining it," only to discover later your intuition was right? 7 teaches you that reason is not always the compass. Sometimes your inner knowing is the only map you need. Take 10 seconds today to pause, close your eyes, and ask, "What is my heart trying to tell me?" Don't force an answer. Just listen. And if you've ever ignored your intuition and later realized it was guiding you, share that in the comments. Your story might become someone else's permission to trust themselves. But once the light turns inward, the next step is unavoidable: release. The number 18 arrives like a strong wind through a heavy room. It doesn't come to punish you, it comes to clear you. Think of a garden at the end of summer, branches bending, old leaves clinging, growth slowing. If the gardener never trims what has lost life, the tree can't bloom with strength again. Letting go is not cruelty. It's love for the future version of you. 18 places the shears in your hands and asks for courage. Cut away what no longer nourishes your soul. In daily life, we carry too much. Relationships that lost their heart, habits that drain your energy, beliefs that once protected you but now limit you. We cling to them because they feel familiar, but familiar is not the same as aligned. 18 reminds you, you cannot carry old baggage onto a ship meant for a new shoreline. Release can feel like emptiness until you remember the breath. You can only inhale after you exhale. Fullness comes when you allow what no longer belongs to leave. Pause and be honest. If you had to let go of one thing today, just one, what would it be? A procrastination loop? An old fear? A connection that dims your light? Name it privately or write it down. The moment you choose release, you tell the universe, I'm ready for a new chapter. Now, after release, life doesn't ask you to stay still. It asks you to move. The number 5 appears like a bell in the night, waking you from repetition. 5 is change, movement that refuses to be contained. It reminds you that comfort can be warm, but it can also be where your fire quietly fades. Aries, your soul is built for expansion. Life begins again when you dare to step into the unknown with trembling feet and a brave heart. Think of a time you took a leap others didn't understand. Work, love, travel. A decision that felt wild but honest. You didn't have guarantees. You had your inner yes. That leap shaped you. 5 doesn't promise you won't fall. It promises every fall can make you stronger, clearer, more real. If this is resonating, tap like right now. Not for ego, for alignment. It helps this message reach the Aries who needs permission to change their life without apology. But fire without direction burns out. That's why the number 12 steps in. If 5 is the wind, 12 is the steady hands that build the harbor. 12 is structure, strategy, purpose. It whispers, keep burning, but burn with intention. You've seen it. Passion with no plan becomes exhaustion. But passion paired with vision becomes a legacy. 5 gives you wings, 12 gives you the map. This is the lesson. Life is not blind action, and it's not endless planning without courage. It's the union of both. When your risk meets your wisdom, you stop being only a risk taker and become a creator who builds something that lasts. Ask yourself, what new path is calling you, and what structure would keep it from collapsing into chaos? Direction turns excitement into results. Then, once you're moving in alignment, the universe starts sending gifts that cannot be forced. The number 34 carries unexpected luck, the divine coincidences that arrive right on time. Remember a moment you were close to giving up and suddenly a door opened? An offer, a message, a chance encounter, a simple shift that changed your direction. Those moments don't appear when you're gripping life too tightly. They appear when you loosen your hold and trust a current larger than your fear. 34 teaches you something tender. You are allowed to receive. Not because you proved your value, not because you suffered enough, simply because you exist, breathing, living, being a unique soul in this vast cosmos. If you've believed everything must be earned through strain, this number comes to lift that burden. It whispers, allow grace. Luck isn't always something you chase. Sometimes it's sunlight breaking through branches. You can't control where it lands, but you can open your eyes and recognize it. Think of a time luck found you. Maybe you called it coincidence, but deep down you knew it was mercy. Share that story if you want, because when you speak miracles out loud, you remind others that miracles are real. And finally, once you learn to receive without guilt, the universe offers something lasting. The number 41 is stability, foundation, prosperity you can trust. Not the quick rain that cools you and disappears, but the underground river that nourishes your life, season after season. Picture a house built on rock. Storms can rage, but the structure stands. Wealth is the same. If it's only a rush, you'll always fear tomorrow. But if it's a foundation, you can breathe. You can sleep. You can plan with peace. 41 reminds you that real wealth is more than numbers in an account. It's the ability to rest without panic. It's caring for your people without burning yourself out. It's living with balance, building with focus, but also savoring what you've built. Because if you only burn, your fire fades. If you tend your fire, it becomes a steady light that warms you, and everyone who comes near. Now step back and see the pattern. These 6 numbers were never separate. They were always forming a map. 7 called you inward to listen. 18 asked you to release what's old. 5 reignited courage and movement. 12 gave your fire direction. 34 opened you to receive unexpected grace. and 41 laid the foundation so prosperity becomes a home, not a moment. Aries, of these 6, which one keeps showing up around you? On clocks, receipts, license plates, little coincidences that follow you? Write the number in the comments. Naming it is like turning the map into a real path under your feet. And before we close, write this affirmation in the comments as a promise. I am Aries, and I am ready to receive my abundance. Say it like you mean it, because when you speak readiness, something invisible shifts, like a door unlocking. If this message helped you feel clearer, subscribe to Horns of Aries for more guidance when your timing matters. And don't forget to like the video. Your support helps this reach the Aries soul who needs hope, direction, and light today.